My name is Bill Watral. I'm the Supervising Technical Director on Pixar's next short film, Lava. I worked at Pixar for 7 years and worked on various different short films and feature projects at Pixar. I started off in college going as a biology major. I was headed to med school, and along the way I was introduced to computer graphics by an art teacher that I had. I was a dual major, biology and studio art. So she introduced me to computer graphics, and I think that really planted the seed. Later on, when I decided not to go to medical school, I think that was my real, computer graphics was my real motivation to make a switch. I really wanted a career that was satisfying and artistic. So I switched courses and I went to school for animation. I got training in Power Animator, and I took some film courses. And then I just worked really hard over the years to learn my craft. I started as an animator at Curious Pictures, working on a little kids television show called A Little Curious. And from that point on, I continued to hone my craft. I moved up to being a rigger at Curious Pictures, and then that led me into effects. And then I started getting into commercial production in New York City. I worked at Charlix for about 6 years doing effects for television commercials. And then after that, I moved over to Pixar. The most important thing for me moving into my career was always just kind of being a little stubborn about what it is I wanted to do. Along the way, coming from a biology background, I think I had a lot of friends and people telling me I wouldn't be able to get into that profession as a career because I hadn't studied it. But I just kind of went into it bullheaded, and I really just worked hard over the years, and I was willing to do whatever jobs were available and work my way up. And I think in doing that, I learned a lot along the way. And having the science background, having the biology and the math, I think really helped me, especially with timing and weight. The biology was a real help. And the math, obviously, I took a lot of science. Chemistry, not so much maybe, but the math was super useful when I started getting more into the guts of what was happening with the software I was using. And I think for you guys as students, the important thing to remember is that the work you're doing now may have implications later on that you're not aware of. So, really focus on what you're learning now, because the stuff you're learning now can really pay off later in ways that you don't expect.